Yeah, it's been a while. Um, so I'm going to do a video about. It's been a while since doing a video. I'm going to do a video about the whole Vince McMahon pro wrestling controversy. Um, quite frankly, um, if you're into conspiracy theories, this is no shock that people in power do stuff like this. I'm not saying, you know, not everybody in power, but a lot of individuals that have the type of money they have, you know, they think they're invincible, or you know, now is WWE part of the Illuminati and New World Order and all that stuff? Yeah, definitely. Um, you see John Cena going like this. It says hustle, loyalty, and respect. I wonder what hustle, loyalty, and respect really means. And you gotta remember all these celebrities that holds these signs, and they throw up these signs and they become big stars. That can't be a coincidence if everyone does it, and the ones that don't do it as much aren't getting as big. And they have a unique way of manipulating society, whether it's through advertisements, through making people feel uncomfortable making certain decisions. Because you ever notice they make society. They say they it's like they have these rules in society, and you make it seem like you have no choice but to follow them. And then those that don't follow them get shunned and outcast. So they control society, and they probably have an influence on how you make your decision on what artists or movie stars to invest in. And John Cena, like I said, hustle, loyalty, and respect. He throws up the sign, and now he's in the movies. Now, yeah, you could say the same thing about Hulk Hogan and The Rock. Hulk Hogan was NWO, but yeah, he was famous before he did that. But not everyone's a good example of that. But still, and now there's everything that's coming out. Like now on my YouTube. Stories I didn't even hear about, like the Ring Boys, about Pat Patterson and I forgot the other two's names, but Pat Patterson and two other black ring announcer and another older wrestler, something Garvin, was involved in molestation of young boys during I believe the late 80s. And this is nothing new. Again, politics, young boys, and people with money. That's not a conspiracy anymore. And the story goes that the boys, they called them the Cream Boys, the Cream Team. I wonder why it's called the Cream Team.
Amy, I'm calling Park 1, please. Amy, Park 1.
That's a very subliminal message, inside, and there's interviews with kids, with then young kids, and there's also an interview with the brother of one of the victims who committed suicide because of the stuff he went through. And they said Vince McMahon and Linda Mann did nothing. I wonder why they didn't do anything. So now there's more allegations about Ashley Mazzaro, and she committed suicide. And wrestler Paul London, who dated her, said that Vince made advances to her. So and now also on Facebook and YouTube, past storylines where there was one about Stephanie going with Vince making Stephanie going with colleagues, and she performed for them. Again, these are supposed storylines, but now you're wondering how much truth there is to them. And there's that photo of Vince McMahon doing the devil, use his fingers to do the devil horn. People that don't follow conspiracy theories are now like, oh, well, that's just a picture to promote his character as evil Vince McMahon. But now, as these things coming up, now you have to think or realize how much was just storyline. Now it's not about being crazy conspiracy theorists. Now people are starting to believe that Chris Benoit didn't do those murders. Now they're thinking Vince McMahon had a role in Chris Benoit's death, Eddie Guerrero's, Ultimate Warriors. Ultimate Warrior, when I heard it was a heart disease that he died from, that didn't sit right with me because, I know not every bodybuilder is the healthiest, but Warrior was strict on dieting. So how does he die of heart disease? They said that he would take cookies and sniffle and then throw them away. That's how he maintained his physique. It wasn't just the whole steroids thing, So it just really makes you wonder. And Ultimate Warrior's character was very new agey. I have copies of his comic book, and as a kid when I first got it, didn't understand it, but now being spiritually aware, a lot of the stuff he's talking about your higher self, higher consciousness. He's talking about a lot of spiritual stuff, and if you're not into spirituality, you're not going to understand. But now you understand, being into spirituality, you understand what he's talking about in these comic books. I mean, he doesn't mention the New World Order or anything, but he does mention intuition, your higher self, higher consciousness. He mentions all these things in his comic books. When he fought Randy Savage in that retirement match, he's looking up to the stars, and that was, his character was very new agey. So this is not a strong rumor. But with the Ring Boys, they said that Vince McMahon did do some of the stuff himself with the Ring Boys. He wasn't all he didn't do all the time, but he did do some stuff. This is not a strong rumor, but right the same year when I heard this, the same year YouTube came out, I had heard, it wasn't even on YouTube, it was by word of mouth. I was a security guard, and we were talking about wrestling, and someone said that he heard that to get a job in WWE, you had to have intercourse with Mr. McMahon, men or female. That he's actually bisexual. This is very Illuminati sounding, you know. Now they're saying this about P. Diddy and Steve Harvey and all these other celebs, these hip hop artists. They've been saying this about the presidents, you know. But again, it's not a strong rumor about Vince McMahon, but you know, now all these conspiracy theories are not being kept under wraps by YouTube. Now they're coming to light. Now they're showing them like they used to. Like, you know, I don't know if you guys know, but after 2020, they started messing with the algorithm so that when you go look for conspiracy theories, they don't come as easy as before. You have to be friends with someone on Facebook or Instagram that has YouTube channels that was posting about conspiracy theories to get your hands on them, you know? So if you were just new into conspiracy theories, you try to look for them on YouTube, you were pretty out of luck to obtain knowledge. So, but now it's easy, and there's an interview with Brickhouse Brown, I think was his name. He had a chance to become a very, he had a chance to become a very big star, and he was put in a uncomfortable position. You know, you had to do this. This meaning have sex with another male in a higher position, be it Pat Patterson or Vince McMahon, whoever. And he said he wasn't down for it. I'll try to find the interview and post it on YouTube, and I might post a link later, or I'll post it on Facebook. And he said he called Randy Savage, Ric Flair. He said The Rock took his spot. You know, he had a chance to be like The Rock, but The Rock took his spot. And all the people that he called, they said that they all told him the same thing. It's not who you know, it's who you blow. Okay? And I'm not saying this trying to be funny, but those are exact words. Again, I'll post the video. So, another thing, Bret the Hitman Hart has said some comments about, not recent comments, but he had said that remember, for you wrestling fans, the Click, okay? You know, Shawn Michaels, Razor Ramon, Kevin Nash, X-Pac, Triple H. They said that they controlled backstage, and a lot of them got into Vince's ear and helped further their own careers. So Shawn Michaels was, you know, like the leader or whatever, and Bret Hart actually said in an interview that there's, you know, Shawn used to spend a lot of time in Vince's office, and Bret Hart suspected that there was some homosexual activity. Now, a lot of people might be saying he was just talking junk because he was mad at Vince and Shawn, but I don't know, because Vince McMahon, you guys remember during the 90s, was always talking about, the athleticism of Shawn Michaels. You know, the World Wrestling Federation champion, Shawn Michaels. This is Shawn Michaels. That Shawn Michaels, you know. Marty Jannetty, Shawn Michaels' former tag team partner, was wrestling. Marty Jannetty, who former tag team partner of Shawn Michaels, it makes you wonder why he was talking about Shawn Michaels like that, like So it really makes you wonder. Now that all these allegations, now there's more stuff coming out, and they say Brock Lesnar was a part of that. TKO. Now, if you ask me, UFC is rigged too. It's predetermined. Don't be surprised if stuff starts coming out about Dana White. Not. I mean, don't expect it. No, soon. But I mean, the only thing that's come out about Dana White is the guy is a dick. There's actually an interview where his own parents is calling him a dick. Don't be surprised if eventually allegations of him doing some stuff comes out. Pride Fighting Championships was rigged. It came out that it was predetermined. UFC bought out Pride. So there's some videos about UFC being rigged. Before the merger, notice how the UFC champion, before going to WWE, whether Ronda Rousey or Brock Lesnar, would drop their title, then go to WWE, or drop their title before making a movie, like Ronda Rousey did that. The same thing Hulk Hogan did back in the 90s. Okay, he was heavyweight champion, he dropped the title, and he went to make movies. Then he came back, so it's all entertainment. Anything in the sports game, wrestling, football, UFC, NFL, it's all entertainment. It's all scripts. People are starting to become more aware of that. So, in some cases, it's starting to become blatant. Last Super Bowl I seen, that one team was going like this again, 666, and they were losing, and then they won that Super Bowl. I think it's the same team that won Super Bowl 2 days ago. So, guys, don't be fooled. New World Order, anything mainstream is New World Order, Illuminati. Start seeing pyramids, and you start seeing all that, I think that's it. Stay aware, stay vigilant, stay unfazed, stay untricked, Be aware of the stuff's going on. Because in the end, it's all a game. I feel personally the universe was trying to protect me. I'm a chosen one, and there was a lot of stuff. I found out through a kickboxing documentary that some kickboxing fights were rigged, was fixed, There's a video about Mike Tyson on BitChute where they did interviews, and it turned out a lot of his fights were predetermined, and he was lightning quick, for a heavyweight. He was so fast, and then some of the knockdowns or knockouts that occurred, they slowed down the video. They slowed down the video, or slowed down the match, and it shows that some of the knockdowns, Mike Tyson wasn't throwing any punches. You literally saw a faint punch, or you saw him go like this, but don't. They slowed it down enough to see that the guy that fell supposedly got knocked out, didn't get hit. So, you know, this is nothing new. Um, so, it's all entertainment. So I'm going back to go what I was saying. As a chosen one, I think universe was protecting me because I wanted to be a pro wrestler. I wanted to be a UFC fighter. I wanted to be a kickboxer. And then, I'm finding out all this stuff. Don't get me started with the racism of WWE and also WCW. And I wanted to be WCW Cruiserweight Champion, and I know if you guys know about the racism lawsuit that was filed against WCW by Sonny Ono, Hard Work Bobby Walker, so many of the minorities. So turns out, a lot of stuff is rigged. So I'll catch you guys later. My next video is going to be about the trouble of wokeism. It is a growing problem if it's not already, but I'll catch you later.